But for a lot of women, the reason why they even allow themselves to get in a relationship with this wrong guy is because they have things they need to heal from. And that lack of healing causes them to look at things differently, to be afraid to be completely vulnerable. So they kind of choose a guy who is acceptable enough to be with, but doesn't really take them there. Like I gave an example in a previous video where once a woman's been hurt, let's just say the guy that hurt her feelings for him were at a level 10. And so now she consciously or subconsciously chooses men who are no higher than a level 8, so to speak, because that makes her feel safer. It makes her feel like, all right, I won't fall too deep into this. But then the problem is you're getting with a man you're not truly into, and the foundation needed to have a successful relationship is not there. All right. Now, again, some people have gotten away with it. I just saw a TikTok the other day of a woman. She must have been, I don't know, 70s. And she talked about how the man she married, she wasn't in love with him. What love got to do with it? And she just made that choice. But for her, I think they got married like in their 60s or 70s. So there's she may have had more reason to feel like, all right, I can pull this off for the rest of my life. But you try to do that when you're 20, 30, even 40, and you got to spend the next 10, 15, 20, 30 years with this person, and there's not that strong foundation there, that most people won't even make it that far. Most at all, not even close. All right. So with that said, you get with this man who isn't truly for you, isn't best for you, doesn't truly make you happy. And what's inevitable now is more issues will arise one way or another. Because in that example of women who choose the quote unquote safe guy, again, level 8 guy, level 8 or lower, the mentality a lot of times is, well, this guy won't cheat on me, because she's essentially dating down in most cases. And she figures, okay, he's grateful to be with me. He's lucky I'm with him. He won't cheat on me. And then it's the same dude that ends up cheating on you. But it's not simply because he's a man that he cheats on you. You got with a man that you can never truly pour into in the way that he needs, nor can he pour into you in the way that you need. All right? Which creates a void. And that void, again, can only be ignored for so long. And for many people, we're not arguing right or wrong right now. We know it's wrong. For many people, it will typically lead to some level of infidelity, plain and simple. All right. And so, whether it's infidelity, whether it's people getting verbally abusive, whether it's narcissism rising up or narcissistic like traits rising up in the relationship, whatever it is, more hurt is added on to the woman, to both sides, really, okay? But we're speaking to the women right now. So more damage is added to the woman. So by the time she gets out of that relationship, she now has whatever she didn't heal from before this guy, plus what has happened now with this guy, all right? And I feel the need to say, it's one of those hitting my spirit moments. It can go beyond what that guy does, because sometimes you'll have a situation where a woman feels like God somehow led her into this relationship. Like I've had women say to me, well, if this was the wrong guy, why did God let me cross paths with him? And to that, respectfully, I say, just because God let you cross paths doesn't mean you're supposed to be with the man romantically. Doesn't mean he's the man for you. Sometimes things happen in this coincidental timing. And I know we say that everything happens for a reason, but that doesn't mean the reason meant be with him romantically. It didn't mean you had to cross lines with him sexually. Like, that's not what it automatically means. And sometimes there's this habit of people to jump to their own conclusions and their own assumptions, and now a bigger mess is created. All right. But then, because it still came from a perception of God led me to this, now the hurt is not only towards that guy you just recently dealt with who wasn't for you, but now you have hurt and resentment towards God. All right. And so now there's a disconnect there as well. And so now we're just continuing or expanding the negative cycle that all stems from being with the wrong guy. So it's just one of the things you have to be careful. And that's why healing is so important, because healing will help break the cycle. Healing will I don't want to say 100%, right? Because nothing's 100%. But it's going to make it really difficult for you to overlook red flags and not address them. It's going to make it very difficult for you to ignore when you know this guy isn't for you, but you try to find a reason to be with him. When you've healed, you see things a lot clearer and you see the dysfunction a lot quicker. All right. You pick up on things and your ability to tolerate it becomes very diminished. It's almost like if you've been eating bad your whole life, eating bad tomorrow doesn't affect you. You go clean for the next 30, 60 days, whatever, then you have that bad food again, and your body feels it more than it ever felt before because you got clean first. And now you feel the negative effects of those things. Same thing happens emotionally and mentally when it comes to healing. When we clean ourselves, when we heal ourselves, we feel the negativity more and we become less tolerable of those things. And so that's why it's important you do what you need to do. If you need assistance with healing, please get my book, Love After Heartbreak. Go to loveafterheartbreak.com or click the link in the description of the comment section. It gives you the exact steps to healing from everything, relationships, parents, you name it, because all of it is needed to in order for you to truly break that cycle and find peace. All right, so I know it's been a lot. Hopefully you're still with me. All right, I know it can be a tough pill to swallow for some of you, but again, you need to hear this. It's important. And this is information I want you to pass down to friends, family, daughters, you name it, because everyone needs this, okay? Hey, thank you for watching this video. Be sure to check this one out right here, and I'll see you there. Relationships are the key to a successful life. But there's 5 areas that we have to be mindful of when it comes to relationships. There's relationship with God, relationship with ourselves, relationship with family and friends,